Hey guys, I want to give you guys a tip. This is how you deal with the triple N's in your life. These are the negative Negro naysayers. These are the people that find a problem for every solution. These are the people that tell you it ain't gonna work. These are the people that pull you down when you want to lift up. These are the people who don't support your business but will criticize it every chance they get. These are the people that don't want to see you do well. They only have something negative to say. First of all, just I would say go pray for them. And then after you pray for them, I think you have to quarantine them. Any individual in your life who isn't helping you find a solution to the problem is not good for you. Anybody in your life who is more focused on the hurdle than they are on actually jumping the hurdle is not good for your life. For example, climbing out of where we are as black people, individually and collectively, it's like climbing Mount Everest. There are far more reasons why you will not succeed than there are why you will succeed. But there are people that succeed at climbing Mount Everest every single year. So a person who is a negative Negro naysayer will say it was impossible to climb Mount Everest. It's too hard. It's too cold. It's too high. The weather changes. You could fall off the mountain. You don't have the right equipment. You don't have the right training. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do anything without somebody's help. But clearly they're lying. Because if that were the case, then why is it that there are thousands of people who climb Mount Everest? I believe every year thousands of people climb Mount Everest. So the point of the matter is, at the end of the day, when you think about the things that we're trying to do as black people, whether you're trying to build wealth or you're trying to get out of your situation, you're trying to create wealth in your family, you're trying to go own some real estate, you're trying to build your community, white people do this every day. There are millions of people all around the world who've already done exactly what you're trying to do. So anybody who tells you that it's impossible for black people to do what thousands or millions of white people have already done is clearly a white supremacist. We think that a white supremacist has to be white, and that's not true. White supremacy works best when there are black people who also believe that white people are superior to us. Remember, great men like Marcus Garvey didn't get brought down by white folks mostly. They got brought down by black folks, right? Black folks played a key role in assisting white folks in taking down Marcus Garvey. So the same thing is true in your own life. You're going to have black people who claim to love you or who claim to be a part of the community or part of the culture, who are going to inundate you with negativity, who are going to tell you why the problem can't be solved or why you're crazy, why it ain't going to work and all this other stuff. And the point is again, going back to like climbing Mount Everest, you're not helping me by telling me all the reasons why it ain't going to work. And also, if you've never climbed Mount Everest, then who the fuck are you to tell me I can't do it? You ain't never did it. So unless you can show me where you're climbing the mountain better than me, or you've already climbed a mountain, then really your opinion doesn't really matter. So I would say that, you have the Negro naysayers that are personal, then you have the public Negro naysayers, right? Personal Negro naysayer is somebody who says, it's impossible for you to quit your job and start a business. Well, then ask them, how much money have you made as a business owner? And chances are that person is broke. They've never made any money. They've never created a job. They've never done it. So their opinion at that point has to be invalidated. They should be quarantined. On a public level, a lot of the people who criticize black businesses, criticize black movements, etc., have not built anything of significance. They've never created a job for black people. They've never brought wealth to the community. Many of them are begging to stay alive. So I would ask them, if you go and you say, well, I think that this person's business is garbage and trash and it's a scam, well, then ask them, well, how many jobs have you created for black people? How many businesses have you built? How many institutions have you developed? Do you have an educational system, a building or two where you're educating hundreds of black children? Are you doing the work, or are you criticizing the work? Right? And that's the thing. There are lots of people who will criticize what other people are doing as opposed to actually doing it better themselves. And that means that they lack the experience, the credibility, and the perspective to even be valid critics. So in your own life, both personally and publicly, I encourage you to quarantine the Negro naysayer. Move them out of your space. If you're trying to climb Mount Everest, it's hard as fuck already. You don't need somebody else reminding you why it's impossible to climb Mount Everest. Like, how hard it is. It's a difficult task. That most people don't succeed. So you don't need somebody in your corner reminding you of why it ain't gonna work. Or if you're trying to leave a marriage, an abusive marriage, you know it's going to be hard. You don't need somebody telling you, well, you know, you need him, girl, because he paying the bills, blah, blah, blah. That's only going to bring you down. So quarantine the naysayers in your life and keep moving forward. If somebody does not have a better solution, then there's nothing that they need to say, because if you're determined to do something and other people have done it, you're better off learning from the people who've done it than you are learning from the people who haven't done it, who are also telling you that you should be as miserable as they are. That does not benefit you at all. So that's how you solve problems. That's how you become great. I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Next week is the All Black National Convention, so feel free to go check it out. allblacknationalconvention.com. It's going to be in Houston. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. And then also I'll be in New York next week, or next month, excuse me, doing an investment summit. That's drboycenewyork.com. So if you want to learn about investing, we're solution oriented. We're going to have a pitch competition, actually, so you guys can join that as well. So take care. I'll see you soon. Be good. Peace.